I'm not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. I don't want to help him.
The media's #1 most hated podcaster in the world is taking shots at the media's #1 most hated president in the world.
Prove that. Prove that.
Last week, Joe Rogan said that he has shot down several opportunities to interview former President Donald Trump on The Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan discussed everything from politics to comedy during an appearance on Lex Fridman's podcast, and eventually, the discussion turned to the former president.
It's already a weird time, post-Trump. Like, the Trump era is also going to be one of the weirder times when people look back historically about the division in this country. He's such a polarizing figure that so many people felt like they could abandon their own ethics and morals and principles just to attack him and anybody who supports him, because he is an existential threat to democracy itself.
There's no doubt that American politics are becoming increasingly divisive these days, and Friedman pressed Rogan on whether he believed it was Trump's fault or if Trump was more like a symptom of the division that had already been present beneath the surface.
But don't you think it's not a cause, but maybe like a symptom? Like it's gonna get, you said it got real weird, maybe it's gonna get weirder.
Yeah, I think it's going to get weirder.
Rogan then predicted that Trump will be running again in 2024.
He's going to run again.
This isn't shocking, as many from the left, right, up, down, middle, and everything in between have predicted this outcome as well. But Rogan's opinion isn't based on Trump's ability to win as much as it is on Joe Biden's ability to lose.
Well, he's running against a dead man. Biden shakes hands with people that aren't even there when he gets off stage.
Yeah.
I think he's seeing ghosts. If he was a Republican, if that was Donald Trump doing that, every f***ing talk show would be screaming for him to be off the air.
Rogan made it clear that he was not a fan of Trump's. That's when he spilled the beans about the many interview opportunities he has apparently turned down.
And by the way, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him.
The night is still young. We'll see.
The interview that would break the internet will likely never happen. And I'm not kidding when I say a Rogan-Trump interview would break the internet. I mean, look what happened to the Nelk Boys. Back in March, they featured the former president on an episode of their Full Send podcast. And in less than 24 hours, the interview racked up more than 5 million views. But then, of course, YouTube removed the video because it violated their terms of service. This move from our Google overlords wasn't really a surprise attack, though. During the podcast, Trump correctly predicted that if the host released the entire 50-minute episode uncut on social media, sites like YouTube would censor the episode and the podcast would face backlash. And unfortunately, the prophecy was fulfilled. Towards the end of the conversation, Trump stated that big tech would punish the podcasters by removing the content due to his comments.
This interview will have millions and millions of people, assuming it's not touched. Let's see if they allow you. I hate to say this to you because you guys are going to chicken out, I guarantee.
We don't chicken out, Don.
If you put up this whole thing, watch.
We don't chicken out, Don.
If you,
Don, we don't chicken out. I'm telling you right now.
You don't chicken out?
Don, we don't chicken
ready?
out.
Ready?
Let's hear it.
If you put up this whole interview, let's see what happens when Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all of them take it down. And let's see what happens when they threaten you and all that, because we don't have a free press in our country.
I think it's safe to say that the boys were pretty upset that the video got axed.
Let's take care of those son of a bitches.
A conversation between Donald Trump and Joe Rogan would probably be the most entertaining discussion in modern history. And it would have viral potential, but Rogan would risk the same backlash and big tech tantrum that the Nelk Boys did. That's not to say that Rogan is afraid of politics. Really, it's the opposite. I mean, just last week, Rogan threw his weight behind potential 2024 presidential contender Ron DeSantis, the current Republican governor of Florida.
I think Ron DeSantis would work as a good president. I mean, what he's done for Florida has been admirable.
He also praised the Daily Wire and f***ing brilliant Ben Shapiro. It seems like a lot of cultural leaders are watching DeSantis. Not long ago, everyone's favorite billionaire Elon Musk came out in support for DeSantis after he revealed that he voted Republican for the first time ever last month. Musk tweeted, "Massive red wave in 2022." And when asked who he was leaning towards supporting for the 2024 presidential election, Musk responded, DeSantis. Rogan's internet-breaking interview with Trump might not ever happen. But Elon Musk breaks the internet every other day. So I guess that'll do for now.
I don't give a f*** what you do.